we're up now 7%. Facebook, we bought April 9th, we're up 10%. Morgan Stanley, we're up 11%. WLL, we bought April 1st, we're up 19%. And let's take this year, the Spiders, the S&P 500, we are up 16%. Apple, we're up 26%. Railroad, CSX, we're up 17%. And at the end of the day, when the market keeps going up and up and up, and you're in that market, you're never out in time. You ride it all the way back down, especially with your 401ks. Let's change that today. 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Let's change it today.
Don't wait. Find out more at phyllisgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Do this. All right, it's Empire Talks back. I'm Wallace Allen. It's Mother's Day. Come on, guys. Did you call her? You didn't call her yet? Come on. You got to call her. I know you're going to see her later, but you got to call her. Not just your mother, the wife of your children. I mean, not the wife, the mother of your children. Yeah, we're supposed to be a little flustered, fellas. I don't care how well we think we've gotten it together. There's something that we didn't do yet correctly for Mother's Day. And there's just nothing greater than the mother. None. You wouldn't be here without one. Of course, fathers have to play a little part. Matter of fact, I would like to point out that for all of us who are congratulating mothers and remembering the diapers we helped to change, et cetera, I would like to mention one mother in particular. She's the wife of Fedor Vasilyev, 1700s. Mrs. Vasilyev actually she went into birth 27 different times. Now, and a very productive lady. She had 16 sets of twins. Okay, sit up straight. I'm not through. She had 16 sets of twins, 7 sets of triplets. Get up off the floor now. We're not through. This Mrs. Vasilyev, the wife of Fedor, back in 1707, between then and 1782, had 16 sets of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and watch out, guys, 4 sets of quadruplets. 87 children. No. She had 69 children. 60 of the 69 children, 3 didn't live. 69 children for Mrs. Vasilyev, wife of Fedor. 16 sets of twins, 7 sets of triplets, 4 sets of quadruplets. She was the mother of all time. Now, I'm not sure of all of what happened, but somehow along the line, Mr. Vasilyev had a second wife. I don't know if that was a suggestion by the first wife or, how that, but the second wife, had 8 births and 18 children. Mr. Vasilyev, at age 75, was able to say proudly that of all of his 87 children, only 4 had passed. So that's, I'll bring this story back for you on Father's Day, you can be sure. But as mothers, this is amazing. And for whatever my daughter, right now I'm looking forward to be grandpa one more time. And so she still has the rest of the day to earn her right to say Mother's Day this year. But she's done everything else except birth that child. And I'm as a grandpa, I'm just as happy about it as I can be. But I just want you guys to know, Happy Mother's Day is not just a passing fancy. It's something that goes back to a long time. And it also brings me to my points of the day. Is there such a thing as too much of a good thing? Mrs. Vasilyev would be the one to answer that. I'm sure and hope that all of those children who lived, remembering your brother's name, Now I'm asking you guys to speak to each other when you see each other. You don't have to always remember each other's name. But if you got a brother, if you got 68 siblings, you got to remember their names. You got to remember who's going to eat first, who's eating last, and wait a minute. When they start having children, you got to remember your nieces and nephews' names. So you guys, you don't have it as tough as you think it is at all. There might be too much of a good thing. We can't say for sure, but we can say that it is indeed possible, which brings us to the next point. How do you invest your time? What do you spend your time doing? Do you spend it or do you invest it? Are you doing things that you want to return to you? I mean, the things that you do today, as we bring them up next month, 2 months, next year, 20 years, are you going to be proud? Are you going to be able to stand up in the shadow of your past? Boy, we've got a Me Too movement that makes it very shaky for many of us men. I'm sure that I'm not out of the clear myself. But I will say this. I'm not sure that I'm out of the shadows. We have things that we're excited about, things that we're happy about, and things that we need to forgive ourselves about, things that we need to have the universe forgive us about. God has already forgiven you. But then again, you have to believe that. You have to have faith in that. You have to walk in that. As you choose what to do each and every day, you are either choosing to improve yourself or to remove yourself. Yeah, I said it. You're either doing things that are set up to help you improve yourself and those around you, or you just, you can't tread water in life. You're either going to do good or you're going to do bad. You can't just be here. So you need to, I need to, we need to. Let's start off first of all by acknowledging the fact that we're not here alone. We didn't get here alone, and there's someone somewhere who's helped us to get here. And let's just start with your mother. So going from that point of love and dedication, remember your name? Doesn't she remember your name? Gave you a name. Gave you a place and anchoring, gave you something to lean on as times get hard, and that's that mother love, that's that memory. Now, as you lean on that, what's your responsibility? What are you going to do? You're going to do things that your mom is proud of, things that you're going to be proud of. Don't forget, there's an echo. There is an echo for everything that occurs. There is a reaction. What are you doing? Are you trying to improve yourself or remove yourself? I'll tell you what. I hope you're trying to improve yourself, because somewhere down the line, as you try to erase the memory of your past, you can't do that. You can't improve and throw away your past. I'm not saying that whatever you did is golden or right or wrong. I'm simply saying you have to claim it. Once you claim it, you can sit on it and either grow with it or grow because of it. But you have to take it in stride. You can't escape your past. So as we deliver ourselves to the day, by the end of the day, let's hope that we've done things that we're proud of, things that are going to help improve us as opposed to remove us. So I'm about to remove myself here and introduce you to some very interesting people, some people who've got some things that they would like to see you do. Don't worry about it. Now, I am going to question them and determine exactly why they want you there. But the decision is yours. Can't blame me, can't blame mama, can't blame daddy, can't blame God. You are in charge. Take charge, step up to the front, lead. Lead yourself. You're either going to lead yourself to improvement or removement. This is Empire Talks Back. My friend in there, let's take a short break. We're going to come back. We're going to meet Dr. Regina Lindsay and Ms. Dolores Amore. They've got some things to talk to you about. And Miss Tammy Martin Rouse is here, as is the Mood Master Anthony Garcia. We'll be back right after this short break, and we're going to talk to you about some great, exciting events coming your way.
I never planned on losing my job, but we all know life can change in an instant. And losing my family's health insurance was an even tougher pill to swallow. So I looked into Cobra, but too pricey. Then I found out I could enroll through Covered California, where I was able to choose from good health insurance companies I've actually heard of. I even got help paying for it.
There's a limited time to qualify after losing your insurance, so check out coveredca.com today. Covered California. It's more than just health care. It's life care.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
I'm on my mic, turn on my mic, turn on my mic, and turn that one on too. This is Empire Talks Back. I am back. Thank you there, my friend. I am excited to tell you that I've just been invited to a masquerade. It's not a masquerade. Tammy will tell you about that later, but we have Dr. Lindsay back today. Dr. Lindsay, how are you?
Wonderful.
Are you a mother?
Yes, I am.
How many kids?
I have 4.
4?
Yes.
Boys, girls?
2 boys, 2 girls.
Boys. And, well, men, children, are you a grandmother?
Yes.
You're a grandmother?
5.
5 grandkids?
5 beautiful grandchildren.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
What are you going to do today?
Celebrate with my family.
Are you going to go out, or are you guys going to gather in? Or
We're going out.
You're going to go out?
Yeah.
Okay, world, we are bringing the money to you guys. You better stand up and be ready for it and serve our mothers without any hesitation. The best service in the world.
No hesitation.
No hesitation.
None.
So you've got an event to tell us about. Talk to me.
Yes, we are the West Coast Covenant Sisters, and we're hosting our regional conference on May the 30th through June the 1st.
That's coming up.
And our theme is Engage, Impact, and Transform, where we're inviting everyone to come out and take the challenge, where you will have the opportunity to engage heaven, where we want to hear from God and get his wisdom, his strategy, understanding, and ideas on how we can impact our life, change and transform our communities, and see a better community. And I know everyone wants to participate, because not only is this Mother's Day, and we understand that mothers, we carry the world in our womb. And without us, as my brother has already said, there will be no one else, yes?
That's right. That's
so
right.
we appreciate the opportunity now that we can expand and share the wisdom that we have to make this world a better place. Our communities a better place, our schools a better place, our families a better place. And now is the time. We need to sacrifice and take the time to have some discipline that we can set aside and come and hear what thus says the Lord.
How much is this?
The actual conference is free. It's Thursday night free, Friday all day free, and then Saturday we are closing with a covenant luncheon. The luncheon is $35. Okay. We have a covenant speaker. Her name is Robin Snowden, coming all the way down from the great city of Fresno, but she grew up matriculated and matured here in Southern California.
Used to be the
and
music
so we praise
director at
God
New
for
Hope
her.
Missionary Baptist
Yes,
Church.
yes, that's where I met her at New Hope. So I praise God for the phenomenal gift that she is. Looking forward to her. Dr. Joel McLeod is going to open up with his prophetic voice and set us in place. And then we have all the way from Dallas, Texas, our conference founder, and she is Dr. Joyce Thornton. And God gave her the desire to reach out to women across the globe that we can be our sisters' keeper. And that's how we began, because as she was maturing in the Lord, and when she first came to the church, she didn't know the ways of the church. She didn't know the standards, the protocols, and someone reached out to her and gave her a helping hand and showed her what she should do and how to learn, mature, and grow. And that's how they became covenant sisters, and God gave her the vision to expand and continue that process of being my sister's keeper. And that's who we are.
So on a daily basis, what can we do to support each other's growth? Because as we're saying today, it's improve yourself or you're removing yourself. You're either doing something to exert yourself in a way to be important to you, your family, and the world, or you're really standing in the shadows. So
That's true.
what are the kinds of things that once we are wrapped up in God's glory and walking in our communities, what are some of the things that we should be working on that we're not? I know I'm pushing maybe toward politics and civic activity, but that's where we are.
Well, that is where we are, because we are as salt to the earth, and God has given us the opportunity to share our gifts so that we can improve not only our personal lives but the lives of our communities. So each of us was made with a gift, and some of us have multi-talented gifts, and we have the opportunity to share the gifts with the community so that all of us can benefit and be the better. None of us are an island, none of us live alone, and we need each other. And even the word says that we are fitly joined together. That means that we nourish one another. We take care of each other, that what I'm strong in, you might be weaker in, but we come together and we are all both the better. And so this is what we're looking forward to, is helping one another to improve who we are, to improve our understanding of what our cause is, our purpose is, and walk fully in the destiny for which God has created us.
So that means that we may come to the table with different attitudes and views about certain things in civic life, but there's room for disagreement and room for agreement. We agree that there is something that we need to be doing and that we should walk in God's light. But there's some things that we can disagree with and still be good, strong brothers and sisters and contribute to our society.
Most definitely.
Very good.
I see us as like a hand, because each of the appendages of the hand, whether you're the thumb or the forefinger or the pinky, all of these features are needed for the hand to work successfully together. And this is what we need to come together to do. There's so much division in our community and in the atmosphere, whether you're listening to the news or reading the newspaper or reading it on the internet. But if we would take our eyes more solely off of our own personal needs and reach out to be a blessing to someone else, we can all be better together.
I have a philosophy that says that I need to talk to someone who disagrees with me in order to round myself more to understanding, because they may not agree with me, but my philosophy says that they are still God's child and that I should be willing and anxious, actually, to see what they see, not necessarily for the point of agreement, but for the point of understanding. Does that make sense as you approach your philosophy?
Well, basically true. I can agree, because I see us as like a diamond. And a diamond has many facets, and you hold it up in the light, and there are various angles for which you look at that same diamond and come away with a different experience. And I believe that likewise, each of us add to each other, even like in a garden, and all of us add to the beauty of that whole garden. Though we may be different, though we come from different perspectives and ideas and understandings, even our walk may be different. Mm-hmm. But at the same point, as we come together, we make everything stronger and better, because we need one another. God didn't put us here so that we could fight and be divided. Right. Even the world and the Bible tells us that a house divided against itself can't stand. So we need not fight each other. We need to come together and love and take care of one another. So at the Engage and the Impact and the Transform Conference, that's why we're there, so that we can come together and meet our community and see how we can become stronger together, that our community and our children are blessed for the better.
That means we need to really understand the opposites, because everything that's here, God put here. Everything that's here, God put here.
Everything
that's here, God
yes.
put here. So
yes.
The things that we agree with are important, but I think the things that we disagree with are just as important, because God, as strong as He is, does not put night and day in the same place. So it must mean that He wants night to be separate from day. He puts us in situations where we see differences amongst ourselves as opposed to naturally approaching the likenesses. I think the test may be in how we absorb and deal with those things that appear to be unattractive, different, and strange to us, because though they are unattractive, different, and strange, they are things that God made. Now, how we look at those things, and we remember there was, I guess, an apple. He said, don't eat it. We ate it. We're on a roll. I don't know. I don't know if that's destruction waiting for us or the need for instruction as a result of having varied from the path. He didn't throw us away. He's suggesting that, well, like you say, we're not perfect, but there's a step you can take to move you more in that direction. And I applaud you for giving us the opportunity and a format and a means to do that. And that's what your conference will do, right?
Yes. Because he provided redemption for us. That even though we
Access.
stray, and
He
even though we may
access.
do it the wrong way, he brings us back in the right path. We
Access.
trust him.
You've got access, because he's not going to hit you upside the head and say, y'all better come over here, because he'd leave you out there if you want to be out there and use you as an example for those who are still in question. Possible? I don't know
Possible.
if I'm absolutely right at all, but it kind of, makes a little sense, doesn't it?
Makes a little sense, yes.
Yeah, that's all
And
I
and
need
he
to
gives
do.
you
Make a
always the
little sense.
opportunity to consider your ways.
Yes.
And we have choices.
Change your mind. Now, you can change your mind.
Because he
Right.
give us freedom, yes, to make choices.
Yes,
and
sir.
our goal is to choose the right choice that he leads us to.
Our goal,
Yes.
our role is to do whatever our stupid head tells us to do, and we hope that we are making the right decision.
We're not our
And-
stupid head.
Well, it is, because I'll tell you what, as you go into this conference and doing what you're going to be doing for the good of, there's going to be plenty of people who are not going.
Right.
Okay, so their existence is important too.
Their
and
existence
they
is-
may be the fodder for what, fuels you to do what you've got to do.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is we have to not just stay in our lane, but
Okay.
understand that there are other lanes. And these lanes, all highways lead to God one way or another. And I may be wrong, but all the highways that I'm traveling on, I hope they lead to God. I'm not trying to get somewhere else.
Well, my goal is to give you the assurance.
Yes.
Through the word of God that the highway that God has chosen for you is the best path, and you will choose that one.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Well, I appreciate that very much, and thank you for coming and sharing again. It's very important to us.
What we would like to do, one more thing, is to give 5 free tickets for our luncheon.
5 free tickets for
5
lunch?
free tickets for the luncheon on June 1st, which will be at the Holiday Inn in Ontario, and it's on Convention Way. And each ticket is valued at $35. But we want the first 5 people who will email us at jubileehouseofpraise@gmail.com and tell us why you love your mother. How your mom has been an important impact in your life, and how her sacrifice has helped change and transform you to become who you are today. So we're giving you 5 free tickets for the first 5 people who would email us
Hey,
at
here's a chance for you
jubileehouseofpraise at
guys
gmail.com.
who haven't completed your Mother's Day gifting. You can write an email and earn a ticket
Yes.
to the luncheon on the 31st
Yes,
of
to
May.
the Covenant Luncheon
Yes.
on June 1st,
On June
Saturday,
1st.
June 1st.
Now, what's the email address?
Jubilee House of
Now,
Praise.
spell it.
JUB as in boy, ILEE, House,
HOUSE
yes,
OF
OF, Praise, PAISE at gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
So the first 5 that we receive throughout this day, we will see that you get your free ticket to come to our Covenant Luncheon on June the 1st, Saturday, in the city of Ontario at Holiday Inn on Convention Way. Valued at $35 per
Covenant
person.
Sisters Luncheon.
Yes.
And the luncheon is taking place at the
The Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn.
Yes.
And that's in Ontario.
Ontario. Yes.
Jubilee House of Praise.
Yes. So tell us
gmail.com.
Tell us about your mom and how she has impacted your life, giving you the strength to become the person who you are
Don't
today.
spend too much time writing that long letter and forget to hit send. You can hit send and say, here's my name. I'll be telling y'all about my mom on the next email.
Yes.
Save me my ticket.
Yeah, right.
All right, that may work. Very good. All right, this is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. Dr. Regina Randy, thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much,
We
sir.
appreciate you. We appreciate your
Thank you.
wonderful event, and
All right.
happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Excellent.
You should definitely come and have a vendor table.
Excellent.
There'll be lots of pastors who will want to participate and others who will want to know more about what you do and come out and be on your show.
Perfect. All right, this is Empire Talks Back. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Tammy Martin Riles is going to come in to rile things up, and we will be talking to Miss Dolores Amore about, I believe, Juneteenth. A lot of you guys don't know what Juneteenth is. But you better know what Mother's Day is. You better not be at this point and not know what Mother's Day is. We don't mind telling you and schooling you about Juneteenth, and we'll do that right after this short break.
But now it seems like things are finally coming around.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292FQ Riverside, and K293CF Moreno Valley.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
We're back. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen, here on the case for truth, justice, with the right information to help improve the situation. Mother's Day. Listen, I don't know if you heard earlier, but I have been saluting the mother of all time, the wife of Fedor Vasilyev. She birthed 27 different times, 16 sets of twins, 7 sets of triplets, 4 sets of quadruplets. You can beat that? Holler. Yeah, if you can beat that, holler. Don't call me, just holler. Mr. Vasilyev actually had a second wife. She had 8 births, 18 children, giving him a total of 89. We'll have to talk about him on Father's Day. But Mrs. Fedor Vasilyev, listen, guys, if there is an example of sexism, if there is an example of male dominance, look at the record keeping that we are left to deal with here. We have a woman who birthed 69 children, and we can't even get her first name. All we know is she's the wife of Fedor Vasilyev. Now, come on. 69 children?
She was probably indoors all the time and they didn't know her.
Well, seems like they should have made a phone call or looked a little deeper in the record.
She was always pregnant in the house. I'm just giving you my version if they don't know the wife, because they see all the kids coming out the house.
I can't see any other version.
How many kids lived?
All but 3.
Out of the 69?
Oh, don't forget the man had another 18, and all but 3 of all of them lived till he was 75 years old.
Wow.
Right. So I don't know what kind of plant-based foods they were working with.
I say.
Mm-hmm. So, Miss Tammy, happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you.
Very good.
I'll tell you later on how I feel about Mother's Day.
Oh, wait.
No,
well,
I mean,
that's
real
not
talk.
No, that's not a tease to set you to talk about. But before we get there.
Yeah, okay, because I'm going to go there.
Before we get there, I'd like to introduce Dolores Amore. She has been working with the Juneteenth in Riverside pretty much since Juneteenth in Riverside was started to be celebrated. How many years are we talking about? To the microphone.
Okay. We have been working at the park, at Boardwell Park, Stratton Community Center, for 19 years. This is our 19th annual Riverside Juneteenth celebration.
About 19 years, Miss Vasilyev probably had, let's see, probably maybe 30 kids by that time. A lot of good work. A lot of good work there at the Juneteenth. Juneteenth, for those of us who are not familiar with the term or how it was earned, we're really talking about a 3.5-year wait from the period. 2.5? You were not in the fields of Texas, obviously, because there was another year. It's 3.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, because, well, before it went into effect.
Yes.
It was signed in September. What came in place on the first day of the following year, which set off one of our strong traditions in the African American church, watch night. On the 31st of December of that year, the churches, the people gathered in their churches, waiting for midnight, which upon midnight, freedom was supposedly delivered through the Emancipation Proclamation. And Juneteenth is the date that, well, let me let you tell it.
Okay.
I like your voice better.
Juneteenth is the date that Colonel Gordon Granger, with a contingency of Buffalo soldiers, marched into Galveston, Texas, after going across Louisiana and Oklahoma, exclaiming that the people who had been enslaved were now free. They were to not gather at any of the military bases, but to seek employment and to work for wages on their own.
Isn't that great? One day you are one day you are without any control or access to yourself or your future. And the next day the world says they're doing you a favor, they tell you you're free. What is free? How do you spell it? What does it do? How are you kidding me? And this was once again 2.5, as we'll go with you, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed. There was no tweet or Twitter or texting or telephone calls to inform people of this new status. And a lot of people didn't agree. They agreed and didn't agree. We moved right into a period of real roughness in terms of how black folks were treated immediately after the Emancipation Proclamation, Juneteenth, etc. But celebrating Juneteenth began as a result of Colonel Granger's move into Texas. People in Texas actually started celebrating Juneteenth. It was June 19th. That's the date that we now consider Juneteenth. It's a legal holiday in how many states across the country?
Texas, 17.
17.
We do our celebration on the first Saturday in June, and many people ask why we do it so early. It's because there are so many other Juneteenth celebrations. We wanted Riverside to also participate in this event, so we do our celebration always the first Saturday in June, and then during the course of our programming, we announce all of the other Juneteenth celebrations throughout Southern California. We can tell you where to go to continue to celebrate throughout the entire month of June. Please note that we are at www.juneteenthsocal.org. That's www.juneteenthsocal.org, or you can call us at 888-752-1619 for information. The website includes information on Juneteenth in Riverside, Juneteenth in the state of California, and general information on our history.
Very good. And this is not a black-only gathering. No, this is for everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
We highlight the fact that the original settlers of Los Angeles were both Africans, Afro-Mexicans, and Mexican people. And so we come together to salute them for establishing such a wonderful city. We also talk about the indigenous people of this land and how they helped the Africans who were enslaved to escape and to develop and become members of many of the tribes throughout the South and the Mid and Far West.
Very interesting, which brings to many questions. It's a great idea, great statement, great program. How can people get involved?
Oh, we are always looking for volunteers. We welcome new board members, and we welcome people to come to our general meetings. For the month of May, we will be having meetings at Boardwell Park, Stratton Community Center, and it's the same park that we have our Juneteenth celebration. It's 2008 Martin Luther King Boulevard, Riverside, California. We meet from 6 to 7:30 on Tuesdays. And we will be meeting this coming Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
Very good. Very good. I'm impressed with the consistency with which you work this program.
Oh,
It's not easy, though it's annual. It's certainly nothing easy about it. And getting everybody to come out is really important.
The committee, the Riverside Juneteenth Foundation, we are dedicated to bringing Juneteenth and general information about our history. There is so much to be known, there is so much to be taught, there is so much information to be experienced, and we hope that we just bring a spark to your interest in African American history, where you will go out and read and just
Claim
get
your
a
heritage,
feeling.
folks.
Yes.
99% of you out there probably got some African in your blood, and from what I understand, 100% of us are all products of Lucy, which is an African-based genetic anyway. So Juneteenth, everybody should come out, hang out, have a good time. And we appreciate you letting us know. You're a mother, right?
Yes, of course.
Of course. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
How
thank
many
you.
children do you
I
have?
have 2 children, 1 son, 1 daughter, and 2 grandsons. And they will be at the Juneteenth celebration as well. This year, may I add, we are adding 3 new features to our Juneteenth celebration. 1, we will be holding a health and fitness portion to the celebration. We will start the health screening and workshops at 10 a.m. from 10 to 11:30. We are introducing people to the
Free health
Park.
screenings?
Yes, free
Okay.
health screenings. We are introducing people to the walking trails at Boardwell Park, and we are calling it Walk for Life. We're asking you to walk around the park at least once. Will be a half a mile. If you walk twice, it will be an entire mile or a mile. And we are also adding a teen summit to the day where young people are coming to discuss their problems and try to work on solutions that they can present to their schools, their parents, and to the community in general.
Most
We
of
are-
the time, it's our problems.
Yes.
And
We
the
are-
children and the kids are the ones who are reminding us that we have a problem because somehow we haven't stepped up to provide for our children those things that they need to bridge the gaps. So that's very good. Am I correct? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Listen, I'm over here bubbling inside.
Well, let it boil out.
Bubbling.
All right.
We're also adding a car show, which will be held on May the 18th at the
Yes.
Kmart Shopping Center on Iowa Avenue, and it's near the.
So how do people get their cars in it?
Oh, they simply call 888-752-1619, or they can email our presenter at
Let's use the phone number so they don't get confused.
Okay.
Let's just stay with one
Okay.
thing there. So that's going to be on May 18th?
May 18th, yes. And we already have several cars, and there will be some food vendors there to whet people's appetites. And we also know that Patterson Car Company in 1900 was a rival to the Ford Foundation, the Ford Company, and we are saluting the Patterson Car Company for
Why?
their valiant efforts in trying to make automobiles for this country.
Why?
What?
No, I mean, are they local? Are
No, they are no longer in existence. Ford,
Were they local?
no, they were in Detroit and Chicago.
Were they? What was their special effort that makes you like them so much?
Oh, because they were African. They were the first African American fully owned car company in America, where they manufactured cars.
Did you know that the Car Makers Association, that there is a automobile car makers association, and that if they don't like you, you cannot make automobiles in the United States?
No,
Let's go back to that little Gulf Wing car. You remember that car they had? What was the name of that car? The what? No, well, Tucker was one of them, but there was another car came out in the '60s, the silver car. Yeah, well, he had a heck of a time, and they treated white people the same way they treated black people. If you weren't in the game, they didn't and don't let you in. America is very interesting. Yes. Very interesting. And folks, we need to step up, look up, find out what's going on, because some of the things that we Americans are credited or blamed for are things that you may not like and may want to work on a different image to concern yourself. We want you to come out for Juneteenth. Once again, that's going to be on June 4th.
June 1st.
June 1st.
Saturday, June 1st at Boardwell Park,
In
Stratton
Riverside.
Community Center, 2008 Martin Luther King Boulevard. You can call 888-752-1619. And if there is no answer, please leave your name, phone number, and email address, and someone will get back to you.
That's called a message, folks. Leave a good message, and we'll get back to you. All right, this is Empire Talks Back. We're going to take us a short break, and when we come back, I'm sorry.
We are still accepting vendors until the 24th of May.
All right, you vendors, if you want to be there at the Juneteenth, you need to step up and step in. I will give you that number when we come back from the break. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We'll be back with Tammy Martin Rouse telling us about a few of the 14,562 events that her chamber has got scheduled for next week.
Right.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Almost every day, right?
Covered California knows that one moment can change your life. That moment you say, I do. That moment you meet your baby for the first time. Or even that moment you lose your job and your health insurance along with it. For those times when life changes, we've got you covered. Covered California lets you choose from brand name health plans, and you may even get help paying for it. Your enrollment period is limited, so find out if you qualify by getting free expert help at coveredca.com today. Covered California. It's more than just health care. It's life care.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
All right, we're back. This is Empire Talks Back. We're breaking news. Mrs. Vasilyev's first name, the lady who had 16 twins, 7 triplets, and 4 quadruplets, did indeed have a first name. Rick found it. It's Valentina. Beautiful name.
Yeah.
Beautiful name.
And so she had kids for how many years? 17 years?
She had 27 different births, okay? Now, how they came out, what years they covered, I don't know. Maybe Rick can figure that out, too, or look that up. Yeah, well, she had 16 sets of twins.
Oh.
Okay, that's 32. 7 sets of triplets plus 21.
Oh, my God.
Plus 21. Add them up.
Oh, wait a minute. Say it again. Start in the beginning.
32 and 21 is...
32 and 21 is 43.
Okay, and 4 sets of quadruplets.
Oh, my God. 16.
That's 16.
And then 16. Yeah. That's a picture
of her and her kids. Okay.
Yes, that's...
Okay, there's a picture.
my God. And so that means that she was pregnant every single solitary month.
Almost every moment. You know, there's almost... Mr. Vasilyev is...
These are all her kids.
He's a Me Too moment right now. You know,
and where is she? Is this her?
I think so. Tammy's looking at a photograph, folks. I'm sorry we're not on TV for you.
She don't look that happy.
And she doesn't look that happy. Tammy says she doesn't look that happy. I don't know. How many kids does she have there? Maybe she knows.
I think it's all of them.
Well, maybe she has another 16 or 7 coming up. But that's amazing. But she's a wonderful mother. She had, wow. My question was, is there possibly too much of a good thing? And what are you spending your time on?
Let's see, maybe they tell us where she is.
Being good mothers. You guys can't be that quiet. Now you got to talk. Okay, so we have two mothers who are observing the frequency of motherhood displayed by Miss Valentina Vasilyev, whose husband was not quite satisfied with the 69 children that she's birthed. He had another 18 children.
87 kids.
Yes, he had 18 children with the second wife who went through 8 births. So, hey, we do these things together. It's a family affair. Matter of fact, you might want to play that. No, never give me. It's a family affair. Amazing. Ladies, I wonder.
17 years. She was pregnant almost every month.
Yes.
Like I'm doing the math in my head.
Right. That's amazing. That's abusive. That's how do you deal with?
She was very fertile.
They were both. Yeah, they were both very fertile.
She must have got pregnant on every shot.
I'm thinking looking at each other may have caused some of these pregnancies.
Well, they definitely could set up a business because they already got all the employees.
That's the idea back in
and
those
nepotism,
days.
Let me tell you.
Well, you want to keep your kids working.
Keep your kids working. Keep them making money.
Keeps the property moving.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm wondering if I'm enough father yet. But
I had one. That was too many for me. I was done. I was done at one. I was like, no, I don't know. No, thank you.
Done at one. Well, Tammy.
Yes.
You are a good mother. You're a good school teacher and all those things.
Thank you. Because I do have lots of kids.
Of course,
at school.
we want to ask.
But one was great.
Maybe we want to talk to your daughter next week and see how this thing is going for her.
Oh, she probably say she wants some sisters and brothers so she can get some attention thrown elsewhere because she's like a spotlight. Boop.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
That could be good, or it could be. You're right. That could be.
Yeah.
And in your case, it might be a little bit of a penalty for her to have to keep getting super straight A's.
No, she don't have simple straight A's. But I will tell you this: being that she is the only child, people might say, "Oh, well, she's spoiled." Let me tell you, that means. Let me tell you.
Wait, I don't want you to get in trouble, Tammy.
Oh, I won't get in trouble.
No,
trouble with what?
Well, with family services. I don't know.
Family services with? Oh no, you missed my communication.
Well,
no, I say
that's what occurs. People miss their communication. Tammy, what's going on this week with the chamber?
Okay, oh my God. Tomorrow, Monday, what isn't going on? Tomorrow, Monday, the 13th, we have our business mixer. It will be held at Beola's Soul Food Cuisine in Ontario, 6:30 to 8:30. And of course, we're going to be talking about a lot of legal matters. And then on Wednesday, we have our Afro-Futuristic Affair.
Now, what is this?
That is our Business and Community Awards and our board installation. And the thing about this,
I saw a flyer. It looked like one of those old Funkadelic movies.
Yes.
Oh, you hear her say yes. And you heard her describe the meeting, and then I tell you, it looks like a big Funkadelic affair.
Well, here's
she says
the thing.
yes. Those two. How do those things fit together?
Well, let me tell you, the Afro-Futuristic Affair will be held at Benedict's Castle in Riverside. So we wanted people to come to something a little bit different because everything is a gala. We got to put on these dresses and we got to pay these astronomical costs. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. The events have to be paid for. I get that. So wherever you have it, they have to make sure that they charge to make sure that not only they get covered, but people have a great time. But I didn't want to see all the foo-foo. I wanted people to be, creative and to step outside of your comfort zone and pull up Afro-futuristic, come in like Wakanda, maybe some leather, some
handcuffs. What are you talking
about? No, not no handcuffs. The bracelet, the gun, the gloves, the shades, the braids, the afro. They're very sharp. Because go back in time. You know,
we're talking about futuristic, and you're telling me to
go back
in
in time to get the theme and bring it into the future.
Ah.
Yes. So if you look at Wakanda has a lot of
retro.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, they always pull back from the past, but then they add the new flavor.
So like bell bottoms.
Yeah,
well,
you could do
know.
that.
I'm just asking, you know.
But pull up Afrofuturistic.
Tight short pants.
Okay, but wait a minute. Did you see Wakanda?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember?
No, I saw Black Panther.
Okay.
The movie's name was Black Panther.
Yes.
Wakanda
You're right.
was a
Wakanda
place.
is the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So if you saw that, you know they were very space oriented. You know what I mean? So because it was all about technology
it
as
is
well.
A costume kind of costume.
Exactly.
Look.
So I want you to come in your African attire if you have that, and then you take it up another level. Boom, it's the wild hairstyle. You know, bring in the shades, bring in the metal, you know, like the metal bracelets, and bring in the flair, put some paint on your face. Just really
maybe you should have somebody there to do the face painting. No,
because they wouldn't make no money because our people just don't want to comply. I don't want that stuff on my face, and I want to So we gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to get with you about this our people thing.
Yes, I'm just telling you.
Mm-hmm.
What
time?
The time is 6 to 9. It's 6 to 9. It's a total of 3 hours. You get there at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is 6 to 7 is social hour, and the program will begin at 7 o'clock. We're gonna move you in. You're gonna start eating your dinner, and we're gonna start the show, and we're gonna get up out of there at 9 o'clock.
What kind of dinner?
Oh. Well, a little something. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian, I got you. But I have to feed the carnivores, the people who still have the addiction.
If you don't feed the carnivores, they start eating other people.
I know it's an addiction, and I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about the addiction that mirrors a crack addict's addiction. But we'll talk about that later. But let me tell you about. Can I talk about Mother's Day?
Please talk about Mother's Day.
Okay, you know what? Here's my thing on Mother's Day, and I know I'm gonna ruffle a lot of feathers. I'm gonna ruffle feathers of people that live. Oh, that's my tradition, and I live for all of the holidays. Well, let me tell y'all something about holidays. Holidays were created. A lot of them were created. Not all, but a lot of them were created for, making money. We know. Yes, so we know that.
A holiday if you're not making money.
Yeah, because I'm like, why aren't you celebrating somebody's mother every day? Why we have to wait till this day to make it such a big deal? And I see people speeding on the freeways and calling me, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do for your mama? What you gonna?" I said, you know what? I do something for my mama all the time. So if my mama is really depending on this to define our relationship, then I'm sad to tell you, boo. That the one day that somebody slapped up on a schedule is not going to do that, because right now what they do is they drive sales. The jewelry sales go up, clothing sales go up, gift card sales go up, restaurant sales go up. It's like, let's get woke here. This day is for making money, just like Valentine's. Okay. I'm gonna just go back and just pull you back. Okay. I have so many friends that have lost relationships because who's Valentine's Day?
They didn't buy me nothing.
He didn't buy me nothing.
Okay.
That wasn't
a strong relationship.
Don't let February the 14th define your relationship.
Well, wait a minute. Why not? If they are in the relationship for him giving me stuff or her giving me stuff, and they are deciding that this relationship is based on the economy, and there's people out there like that. There's people out there who, when they meet you and they like you, they like you because they ask your credit score.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that instead of saying, I like you. What's your credit score? Why? Because if you ain't got good credit, I need to stop liking you right now.
Well, that just all becomes with your character and building relationships.
Well, I'm sure glad that wasn't a tradition when I met my wife. Because if she'd have asked me my credit score,
it wouldn't have mattered because.
Because
we didn't, and at that time it wasn't like
that question. That means they're interested in that.
It was all we was both. It was two different types of credit score, black and white. You was black folk, and then I don't care how good your credit was, you was black.
Anthony suggested there's another. And the brown, there's a brown one too.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying when it comes to no, what I'm saying when I say black and white, not actually well that too, but you was either this or you were that.
That's right.
And that's what I mean, black and white. And I'm
Anthony,
so no
you
pun
can
intended.
and don't pretend, or please don't actually occupy the space that thinks that there was not a difference or is not a difference in how the economy equates and deals with people of color and people who are not of color.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Probably 45 seconds.
Okay. 1 minute left.
Yes.
I thought you would tell me one more minute to just go with it.
1 minute, Dougie Fresh, you're on.
Well, Tammy, we see how you feel about holidays in general.
No, not in. I'm just saying, I just want people to get the clear look and quit tripping when things are rushing around. I didn't get them something, and then they flip out, like they start crying, like, still got tomorrow.
Okay, some people still.
Go get them gift tomorrow. They appreciate it and they'll take it.
We're not going to be late, and you guys, if you don't want to get beat up, if you don't want to get looked at sideways, you better get that card and get something and be nice and come up with a.
And mothers don't be tripping.
And mothers, please don't trip. You understand?
Your kid like you.
Now, the reason I say don't trip is because as tough as it's been,
we gotta go. Creek don't rise. You better come on now.
Look here, you didn't have 16 sets of twins, 7 sets of twins.
Where we'll end up.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
First up, 3:30 Eastern in Denver. Nuggets and the There's your deep insight on a Sunday. The team that scores the most points is going to win tonight in Toronto. Stanley Cup playoffs, Game 2 between the Bruins and Hurricanes. Eastern Conference Final, 3 Eastern. You can see it on NBC. Boston rolled to the 5-2 win in Game 1. In progress, baseball. Boston's heating up. The defending world champs have won 4 straight, and they lead the Mariners 4-1 going to the 3rd at Fenway. Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead over the White Sox after 3. No score between the Yankees and the Rays in the 4th in 15 minutes. First place Phillies trying to win their series against Kansas City after blanking the Royals 7-0 yesterday.
Swung on line back up the middle. It's a base hit. Merrifield diving for it, couldn't get it. 1 run will score. McCutcheon around third. He's going to try to score. The throw goes to third, and it bounces off the back of Segura as he slides in safely. And Rhys Hoskins drives in 2, and the Phillies have a 2-0 lead.
That's how it sounded on the Phillies radio network. Phillies have won 3 of their last 4. Also about to get underway, Rangers and Astros. The Twins entertain the Tigers. Soccer, Manchester City defended their title in the Premier League to win the title for the 2nd straight year. Golf, rain-delayed Byron Nelson Classic. Sung Kang, a 3-shot lead about to tee off in Texas. This is NBC.
I always hear from our clients who hired another firm that they wish they'd hired DNA Financial first. Don't have regrets about your IRS tax case.